a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Hi, everybody. It's Colby, Psychic Rebel. Welcome to another episode here of Psychic Rebel Live. This is just so exciting here at UBM Radio TV. Have an amazing guest today. I mean, this is going to be a lot of fun. What is better than sex and psychics, right? So what I'd love to do is talk to you a little bit about our guest before she starts talking. Her name is Dr. Emily Morse. She is a sex and relationship expert. Okay. She's also host of her own top downloaded podcast, Sex with Emily. She was voted the #1 dating and sex expert by datingadvice.com and also the #1 dating and sex expert to follow on Twitter. Yeah. So, and she's actually an author. So she wrote a book. It's Hot Sex, over 200 things you can try tonight. I mean, listen, if I even try one of them, I'll be excited. Okay. So without further ado, let me have you say hello.
Try them all one day. I always say so good to be here with you, Colby.
Hi,
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad to be here.
Isn't it exciting?
Nice setup, yeah.
It's like so professional, right?
I love profesh. Yeah, it's amazing.
No joke now. This is it.
This is it, baby.
Yeah, and I think what's really fun is, you know, we get to take callers and all this round, and it's going to be fun because I've wanted an opportunity where I could have a platform to take callers, but it's always so hard to do that.
Right.
So I think this is going to be
exciting. It's great taking callers. Yeah, we were just starting to do that on my podcast as well, and it's like for years, earlier on I did, and now I didn't, but now we are again, and it's like so great because typically I answer emails and I give advice that way, but now like getting people to call is get the real story.
Yeah, it's really fun, right? Because I think you get that one-on-one healing also.
Exactly.
Which is it's through an email and getting it out there is one way, but really when you have that voice and that connection and they leave the call feeling like they've got some help, it's so rewarding.
That's why we do what we do, right? It's the best feeling.
Yeah. So now you, for anyone who doesn't know, like how could you not know, but you used to help host Loveline with Dr. Drew.
Yeah, for 4 years. I was the weekly guest co-host on Thursday nights, and then like the last few months I was there every night, which was amazing. I love being a part of it. I was so honored. And yeah, and after 30 plus years on the radio, it was time for it to, say goodbye. But that was an amazing opportunity because I've been doing my show for 10 and then, getting to be part of such an amazing institution like Loveline was fun.
Did it feel like a breakup? Did it feel?
It kind of did. I mean, not in a bad way. For me, it was just more of a sad. I did write like a press release, like, "Oh, breaking up with," but I'm not. Oh yeah, we're not breaking up. It's like it felt just a sadness because I love doing live radio. Yeah, I love being in the studio talking. There was never 30 years. There was never an empty line. Yeah, except when the phones broke. But besides that, it's like, and you're helping people and everyone. There's such history that every time you meet someone, they're like, "Oh, I grew up on Loveline."
So you just so we know, if there's any drunk text to Dr. Drew, I missed the Loveline, dude.
Yeah, he probably gets that too. But I'm sure he's happy having his nights off.
Oh, he is. Actually, I saw him last weekend, and he was saying how much he missed you. Oh. He's like, I miss Emily. I miss her.
That's so cute. That's sweet. He actually called me the other day when he was driving. He's like, I miss you. What are you doing? I'm like, I miss you too. Because last Thursday night, I've been there every Thursday. I was like, I was feeling kind of sad. It was like 7. I'm like, what? Oh, it's Loveline time.
Yeah, see? You were feeling it.
I just feel sad, yeah. But I'm still doing my show, my podcast.
Right.
I just did 3 of them. We just built a new studio in my office.
Yes,
so
exciting.
we do at least 2 a week. And it's Sex with Emily. And yeah, we talk all about, I give people advice on sex, relationships, dating. I mean, I've probably, any question.
Run the gamut.
Yeah. People email me feedback at sexwithemily.com.
Yeah. Now, how does it, what the thing is that I'm just curious, do you ever get tired of talking about sex?
It's funny, it's funny because people ask me at the beginning, they're like, you're going to run out of topics. And it's been 10 years, 2,000 plus podcasts. And I never get tired of it. I never get bored of it. I'm never not interested even in answering friends' questions. So it's like I found my calling. I mean, that was my goal in life. A lot of people are looking for like a husband or like the perfect home or the perfect whatever. I was like, what am I going to do on this planet that's going to be impactful, change the world, help myself, help others, all that stuff. And yeah, 10 years going, I'm still like really excited. I get there, I'm like, we're doing the show.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I know, because I get bored of things very quickly, but not sex. And it never ends, too. It never is like, there's always more to talk about.
There always is, and even just depending on where you are in the process, right? Because it's a cycle. Either we're dating someone, or it's serious, or is this the one?
Right. And then you might find the one, and then you get divorced, and then you're dating again. So eventually you're going to be doing all the rounds.
Then you're back in it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. For anyone who's tuning in, you can call in. Now, listen, there may be a line, you may be on hold, but please, be patient with us. 323-992-3115. You can also follow Emily at Sex with Emily on both Twitter and Instagram. So she's hot on the market there. So catch her there, okay? And what we'll do is I want to ask you one more question, if we can, and then we'll kind of go to a break, and when we come back, we'll take some callers. With the podcast, with your own podcasting, you now having more time to dedicate to it, what are your plans for the future for it?
For my podcast? My plans are to continue to make a really great podcast and to have more interest, to really do more shows a week. I think I've been doing 2 a week. And there was a while, a few years ago, I was doing 5 a week. I'd like to get back to that place. I just really love, the thing about podcast too is I've launched this thing called Operation Communication, because I'm always talking about, you got to talk to your partner about sex. Communication is a lubrication. And I love to encourage people to listen to the show together. A lot of couples do this already, and it's so easy because people find it so hard to talk about sex.
Yeah.
Whether they're dating or in a relationship. They just don't know how to bring up what they want or even figure out what they want. So, my goal is to have people listen to it together, start a discussion, and just like whatever you need, because I understand that it's hard. So sometimes that bridges the gap, listening to the show, finding other resources. I've got tons of blogs and videos on my site. So really just helping people communicate better and drilling down on what communication means.
Well, and it's good too, because you're kind of like that hidden third wheel, which is nice. And they can blame you.
Exactly.
Right? Like they can talk about it. And then if they're not agreeing, well, Emily said, like, I don't agree with Emily either. Like,
right. I always tell them, I'm like, blame me. Say you were listening to a podcast. Right.
Yeah. You can
Emily
be the
said I should spank your ass.
Emily said, yeah.
Or something.
Or something like that. Yeah, exactly. Pull out the whips. There we go. All right.
Whatever turns you.
How about we take a break? All right. This way we get the callers ready. And when we come back, we'll take our first caller. Sound good, Emily?
Sounds great.
All right. This is awesome.
So fun.
Right? I know.
Rocking out with Colby.
All the fans. All right. So we are ready to take our very, very first caller. This is Tiffany, right? Tiffany, are you there?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Tiffany. It's Colby. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good. So now, did you have a question for a relationship, or what was your question?
I have more of a psychic question. Are you guys taking any of those?
Sure, of course we are. I'm Psychic Rebel.
Okay.
I should answer some psychic questions.
Yes,
absolutely.
But by the way, hi, Emily. I'm a huge fan.
Hi, thank you so much.
She might be piping in, okay?
Okay. I am like at a standstill, I feel, and I just don't know what direction to go for a career. I'm really like stagnant and unhappy.
Okay, yeah, it's finding, the hard part is kind of finding the passion behind what you want to do, right? We were just talking about passion, but just finding the passion behind what you want to do. It just feels like you probably were going in a direction that you feel like maybe logically either have more potential or have more money. That's why you hate it. So I would say, I feel like, I'm going to ask you what kind of things you do like, but I like the idea of, I kind of like the idea of you being interactive with people, you helping people, you kind of being a little more hands-on, one-on-one with people. I actually think that would be really good. So, I think you pushing paper or filing forms probably isn't going to be your thing. Something that allows you to give of your heart. I really feel like that's what would work well for you. Maybe, even like teaching or counseling or anything in that kind of area. So what is it that you enjoy doing or that you thought about doing?
Well, I was going on and off to school for nursing, so that's helping people and totally being right there. Okay. And right now I'm working in an office job, so and I don't like it.
Yeah, so it's just the office side
and boring.
Yeah, that's all it is. So why are you not getting back into the nursing then?
Well, I had a hard time just following through with it, and life is just keep throwing curveballs, and I'm older and I have kids.
Yeah,
and it's hard to go to school, 2 kids, and things just were going on, and so.
Yeah, I totally get it. I mean, I can tell you without a husband and kids, my life is difficult enough with the curveball. So I can imagine with those added elements. But at some point, you got to kind of put yourself a little bit higher up on the priority list, okay? Like dedicate some time to yourself. So, if the nursing is just maybe too much schooling, find something that's helping people with less schooling needed. Maybe it's helping in an elderly assistance home where, you don't have to be a nurse, but you're still helping people or helping people in rehabilitation. But I just love the idea of you helping people.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that help at all?
Thank you very much.
Yeah. The thing is at some point, Tiffany, like, unless you dedicate the time and the energy to yourself, to something you really want to do, you're going to be stuck pushing paper, right? Because that's the qualifications that you're going to meet. So I want you to do this for yourself. It's it's only going to be a year or 2 that you need to do it. And I know you can, and you're such a gift. You're such a gift to people. You're so patient too. I love how I can feel how patient you are. I have no idea how you can do that.
Right. So, I agree that a lot of times when you want to make a career change, this is like the hardest part, the back and the forth. But it sounds like in your heart that you have to do this.
Yeah.
And maybe it won't be so easy at first, and it'll be a time sacrifice. But I just know that we spend more time working than we do anything else oftentimes, and you should find and follow your passion and do what you love, even if it's going to mean some sacrifices when you start out.
Yeah, because those kids are going to get older and they're not going to need you as much, and you're gonna you don't want to be stuck then in the same place you are right now.
Yeah,
you can do it.
And do you see, like, if I go to school, would I be successful in that area?
Oh yeah. Well, do you think I'm going to tell you to go to school if I don't think you're going to be successful? You know how bad that would make me look?
But it's just, and I took this semester off, and I feel like so sad without it.
See, you need it.
Yeah. Remember, now, here's your job, Tiffany. Your job is to make me look like a rock star, all right? The way you do that is you go to school, you finish school, you become the best nurse or best helper of other people, and then you say, oh, my gosh, if it weren't for Colby and Emily, this would have never have happened. That's what you need to do. You ready? You got it.
Yes. Okay.
You got it.
When I do, I'll call you back and let you know.
Thank you. We'll be here.
We can't wait. Can't wait. All right?
I know you'll do it too. I feel good about it.
All right. We actually have another caller. Who's on the line? Maureen. Oh, you're welcome, Tiffany. Thanks, honey.
Good luck, Tiffany. Bye.
Hey, Maureen. This is Colby. Can you hear me?
Colby, hi. Hi, ladies. How are you?
Hi.
Good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm just wondering that whenever I talk to Colby, we always talk about when I'm moving, where I'm moving, and career. But what about a man for me one day, girls? What do you think?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So, I feel like she's, it's actually like I do feel like someone's gonna step in. Yeah, but she also is starting to get more comfortable. I think she's starting to get a little more comfortable with who she is, kind of getting back into her mojo. But with that being said, Emily, what I want to know is what can she do to kind of get that out to the male population? Like what kind of energy can she put out?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because a lot of people are like, I can't find anyone, but I'm looking, but they're not really putting themselves out there in several ways, like emotionally, physically, spiritually. So where are you at right now in your life when it comes to dating?
Nil.
Nil. So you're not. So are you divorced, or would you just get out of a long relationship? Nothing.
I haven't been in a relationship.
I think she's been single for a while.
Okay.
5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, and so now you're feeling okay. So I mean, and do you know what you're looking for? Are you looking for a relationship, marriage?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so, I mean, I always say that when you're looking to date somebody, that it's kind of like you're looking for a second job in a way. You treat it like that. So you let everyone you know that you trust, that you're single, that you think have good taste in friends and people. You say, hey, I'm actually dating right now. So if you can think of anybody that'd love to be fixed up, that would be great. And then you got to start really putting yourself out there. And what I mean by that is a lot of us get really comfortable and we get really set in our ways. And then you often hear, oh, LA is the worst town to date, or New York's the worst town to date. And I believe that wherever people live, they think it's the very worst town to date. And I think it's because we often don't you're not, it's often, you got to change your pattern. So every day, let's say you go to work and you do the same things. You got to put yourself out there by saying once a week, I'm going to say yes to every Facebook invite I get for, your friends and you invites, birthday parties, and you're like, I don't want to go. So you say yes to invites. Or, every month you'll say yes to 3 of them. And you take a course you've been wanting to take. Maybe there's something like, they have a lot of great like meetups and like co-ed courses. And so it's really just kind of like altering your schedule every week. So maybe it's once a week would feel good to you. Have a night where it's just dedicated to you going out and do something that's about you, but also meeting other people.
Yeah, I think too, Maureen, is especially with, your spiritual connection, find circles, find groups and meetups and things that are along those lines, so that this way you're already connecting with someone who's kind of on the same page.
Like-minded, right?
Yeah, I mean, because I got to tell you, especially if you find yourself a straight man who's into some spiritual, that means he's probably got,
Exactly.
he's got some.
Well,
he's got some good energy.
That's a great idea. So when I say take a course, it might sound kind of, but yeah, do that course that you've been really, like, you've always wanted to take a cooking course, or you've always wanted to learn French. I mean, do that thing that you've always wanted to do, but then you will meet people who are, more along that path. And to be honest, I just finished this, I'm taking this somatic training. It's like a therapy type of training in San Francisco with Celeste and Danielle. They're great. And I had my first weekend, it's over 6 months, but I met a guy there. I mean, I don't know if anything's going to happen, but the point, we had like a date. He's in San Francisco, but it was the first time I was like, oh, and he's studying the same thing I'm studying. I mean, he's not even he's not even in the world of sex. He's a scientist, but he's like, oh, I'm interested in self-growth. I've done a lot of courses like this. I'm working on myself. And I was like, that's so attractive to me because I too am working to grow and learn this stuff. So it's a great way. Yeah. It actually works. I'm not just talking about it. I met some nice people who are, we had stuff to talk about. Yeah. Practice together.
That's exactly what it's about. Maureen, I think it's, starting, you got to take those baby steps to put yourself out there so that we can pull them in for you.
Yeah, I agree, though, with the spiritual connections that I have and experience, that it takes that kind of same thinking man, I think, that I'm looking for.
Well, you know why, too? I just feel like, I know this is going to sound crazy, but I really feel like you need a sensual man. You need a man who's very in touch with his, like, feminine side, but is also masculine. That's going to work really well for you.
Cool.
Yeah. And I know he's out there. So I want you to start kind of putting yourself out there a bit and start kind of connecting so you can bring them in. Sound good to you? Okay.
Yeah, may have to be in the other state, but I at least can start thinking about it.
Yeah, why not? Go take a workshop somewhere else, do something. Yeah.
You got this, Maureen. So, well, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it.
You guys, great. Thanks. I'm happy you've got your show. Good luck to you guys. Thank you, Emily. It was nice to meet you.
Nice talking to you.
Thanks, Maureen. Have a great night. All right, so we got another caller, yeah? Oh, my goodness. Who else we have here?
410.
Okay, 410. Who is 410?
My name is Jen.
Hi, Jen. How you doing?
Okay.
Hi, Jen.
You answered it. You answered like it was a question.
Sorry.
You were like, okay. No, do you not know?
I was a little nervous.
Oh,
girl. Nervous, that's all.
Listen, sweet pea Jen. No one is even listening. This is just you, me, Emily, and the rest of the world. That's it.
We're listening.
This is girlfriend talk. That's all this is, okay?
They don't know who you are. So mine is relationship-wise.
Wonderful.
And it's complicated because I've been involved on and off with somebody, and we're attached to other people.
Yes. Yeah, I was actually I could feel that he was. I could definitely feel that he had someone. I didn't quite feel that for you, so I'm a little surprised, but this is it. You naughty kitty, you. But he definitely, I could feel he's attached. Now, let me just give you a little reading on it, and then I'm going to let Emily kind of tap in, just more from a practical relationship, sex standpoint. Sound good? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So the feeling is now, I'm just kind of curious, really quick. Is your question like whether or not the two of you will end up together?
Well, my gut says yes, but I don't know. That's blinded by love.
Okay.
Or,
Yeah.
you know.
So the only thing is, I just feel like there is a strong connection. It just definitely feels, at least with him, he still feels very connected to the person he's involved with. Okay. Maybe there's some, there's like a responsibility around it. So does he have a child with that person? Okay. See, so you understand like the attachment. Yeah. So I think that holds him in, and it's harder, I think, sometimes for men to really let go of that, because he wants to be there. I'm just curious though, does he happen to have a daughter? Is it a daughter or a son?
Both.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. So it's, the connection is, the two of you definitely have a lot of chemistry. There's definitely maybe that, plus two, when you're together, you can kind of let go of all the other responsibilities, right, Emily? Like maybe that's part of the allure and that's part of the attraction, is that they can kind of like let go of their worlds and just have that.
Exactly, have that passionate affair.
Yeah, but in your experience, Emily, can if two people are having an affair, right?
So I missed so you're married.
She's in a relationship
both in a
too.
relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And what was your question?
Yeah, we both are.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Colby, you were
We
saying.
both are.
Okay.
Like I said, it's on and off for several years now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because you're both in relationships. Yeah. So I mean, that's a tricky one. It's I'm not gonna. There is no science to it. I'm not gonna say this one will never work out, but on and off, on and off, on and off. Usually, if it's just on and off once, I'm like, okay, but like that was 3 on and offs. So that says to me that it's been a little unstable for a while, and he's still in his relationship, and he's got kids, and that's tricky.
Yeah.
And he's probably still.
Me too.
Yeah.
So and you have kids as well, and so. I'm not sure if, are you still planning on, you're still in a relationship, but are you not leaving because of this guy?
Yeah, I feel like, so let me answer that real quick.
Okay.
Let's just see. Okay, Jen, I feel like you are ready to leave your relationship. And I think if this guy were ready to leave his, you would give it a chance and move forward. Is that right?
Probably so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I felt like that.
That was because I was thinking, you should leave anyway then. If you're ready to leave.
I know.
Don't be contingent about it, or you should decide that you're going to work on it, but you shouldn't be in the middle here waiting.
Well,
for
I think it's tough because I think financially, is there kind of like you need this person financially as well, Jen? Your current relationship.
Me,
yeah. That's the feeling I got.
That.
Yeah. So I kind of felt like she didn't have the freedom. That's why I think she likes being with. He's good in bed too, isn't he?
That's why we have
really
affairs.
Yes, I know. Okay, all right. So any advice that we can kind of give her?
I'm just trying to think. How does it make you feel, the relationship overall? Is it making you happier, or is it giving you more anxiety?
It doesn't give me anxiety. It makes me happy. It is a guilt thing with him sometimes because of children and things like that. So while I understand it,
that
there's
makes
another
sense.
side that sometimes you don't.
Right. It just seems kind of messy right now, and you're also in a relationship, and he's in one. So I just don't see this getting any smoother. That you're both going to miraculously leave. And so I would decide if you guys are both on the same path once and for all, and you're going to leave, or if not, my gut would say you just got to cut it and decide that you're going to leave your relationship or you're going to work on it, because this in-between messiness is not serving you.
Yeah, and I think too the hard part is you really can't really take this out in the open. It just feels to me there's a lot of secret. I mean, obviously there's an affair, but I just feel like even above that, it's not even like you can go out in public too much with this person. It feels like it's a lot of hidden.
It is. I know everybody says there's no good that ever comes out of these things.
Well, actually, I was listening to a podcast called Dear Sugar, which I love. It's the lady from, what was that movie? Oh, This Is How I Do Movies. She did the movie where she did the hike, and it was about her mom.
Oh, with the blonde Reese Witherspoon.
Yes, with
Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah. Okay.
Into the Wild.
Okay, so
something like that.
The lady who wrote that, she does a podcast called Dear Sugar. It's really cute. I really enjoy it.
Oh, good.
And they did one on affairs. So you may want to listen to that, actually, Jen. But what was interesting is she said that, that people in affairs can stay together, which I was like, oh, I'm usually like, no, because it starts off in such it just starts off in such a secretive, hidden place where there's not a lot of freedom. And then what happens when you have all that freedom? There are cases, I think it can be your soulmate.
Yeah, it can work. I just think you need to set some parameters, because then another year is going to go by and it'll be the back and forth.
I think this is not right, but.
I mean, so how do you think it can possibly change, let's say, in the next 3 months, and then talk to him about it? If you don't see any change, then you know it's time. I mean, because I don't know if you're going to cut it today, So, but I would try to set up some guidelines of what you'd like to see, at least some kind of movement on your part and his part.
Right.
Because then otherwise, you know how it is. If you put on your calendar right now, 3 months from today, I want to feel ABC with him, and he knows this, and it's a goal you're working towards. If nothing happens, it'll be whatever month it is, August, and the same stuff's happening. So
yeah, I think you guys are just gonna keep going back and forth if you just don't hold some boundaries with this. So I do hope that helps.
Right.
I do hope it helps. But while you're doing it, have fun, I guess. All right, Jen, thanks so much for calling in. Before we take the next caller, just want to remind everyone, I am talking with Dr. Emily Morse.
Hello.
Yes, host of the podcast Sex with Emily. You can make sure you subscribe to her podcast, everybody.
So easy.
It's just go on iTunes. Sex with Emily. I mean, you can't even forget that.
It's so easy. Or go to sexwithemily.com. But we do 2 shows a week, and it's doing well. Like I said, it was number 6 on all of iTunes a few weeks ago. And
wow.
It's just I love it. I
That's
love doing
awesome.
it. I love helping people.
Yeah, see, that's going to be good.
Have better sex if you've been trying to figure out why isn't it getting better, or why are we stuck in the same place, I'll help you. I'm here for you.
Absolutely. All right, so let's we have another caller on the line. So let's take a caller. Hey, caller, this is Colby.
Hi.
Hi.
I was just
What's your name?
wondering, I've had my name's Chrissy.
Oh, hi,
Hey,
Chrissy. And what were you wondering?
Well, I kind of have come up against some health issues, and I just didn't know I've always planned to have a family, and I wasn't sure if that was going to be a possibility now with these possible health issues, and nothing's really figured out at this point what's going on yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I just I've been working on my career, and I've been working on that as well, and I'm just trying to figure out a path to kind of pursue, I guess. I'm just unclear on that.
Okay, so
I've always wanted a family, and
so let's address the family topic, okay? And then maybe Emily will have some suggestions as far as routes that you can take that she may know of through experience. But I do feel like, this is a tough one, because I always got to tell people I'm not a doctor and I'm not a medical intuitive. But I do feel like you can have a sense of family and have a family. I think the issues that are coming up, maybe because it's so premature that you're kind of looking at the worst case scenario, but I don't quite feel like it ends up being the worst case scenario. Okay.
okay.
But it is you gotta jump into that rodeo too if you want a family, because I don't know if you're getting a little older, but it just feels like it's time. You know what I mean? I think if you're gonna do it, you got to start really making an effort now. So I'm just curious. I hate to ask that. Are you kind of in your later 30s? I hate to ask that. How old are you?
Just turned 30. So.
Okay.
Oh, 33. That's so weird. Your body
30.
feels a little older to me. I'm kind of just curious. Did you find yourself being a little older physically? I don't know. I just feel like you're older a little physically. It's so interesting.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Because I just feel like you don't. I don't know. I want you to, if you're gonna do this, I want you to start making efforts and doing what you need to do to kind of preserve, and make things happen now. Even if you got to kind of. I mean, listen. Again, I can't give you medical advice, but freezing eggs is very, very common. That may be a really good strategy you want to talk to your doctor about. Just because for some reason I'm not sure you're gonna have, into your 40s as much as someone else. I do hope you do. I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong. But I keep feeling like there's a little girl, get started.
Yeah, I mean, it does. If you freeze your eggs.
We're fine. we're fine with it being like a right away thing, but it's just there's a possibility there could be a lot of hurdles, and I just I was totally thinking worst case scenario.
Yeah, you
instantly.
were. Yeah, you don't.
Like
yeah, that's just. But listen, and then I'm gonna let Emily talk about freezing eggs. But the thing is you definitely. But that's just kind of how your nature is, though. You always look at the worst, and then you have to be kind of talked off the limb, like, okay, let's back away from the cliff. Come on now, Chrissy. So it's fine. I just think it's part of your, I think it's just part of your personality. I don't think this is nearly as complicated as you think. But again, unless, you start kind of getting on there, Emily, what about the freezing eggs?
Well, freezing eggs is a great option right now. And okay. Sometimes even like insurance companies will cover it. But what it does for a lot of women is that it just gives them that peace of mind that it's not like when they're looking for a partner that they have to think, my time's running out, the clock is ticking. It's like, you've got your eggs and you're at a great age to do that. And so I just know for women it takes the pressure off, and that it's a safety in case something does happen, that you've got those eggs, and it works for a lot of women. And that might give you peace of mind. So you're also not dating with this like, oh my God, I've got 2 eggs left. I got 1 leg up. They're dropping,
Well, I think she's married. You're married,
you're
aren't
married.
you, Chrissy?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
Married, and we're totally okay if that were to happen. It's just, if it were to happen tomorrow, I'd be totally fine with it. It's just now we're feeling like, okay, well, it better be now, or like it could maybe not be if it wasn't now, because I'm up against like a thyroid disorder as well as polycystic ovarian, are 2 like heavy hitters that are causing complications, I guess. So
how long have you been trying?
So it's just like,
or have you guys? Did you say you guys were trying already? I'm sorry, I missed up. Have you been trying already, or now you just found out this medical information? So you've already been trying?
Yeah, just as in October.
Okay.
Oh my God, you haven't even been trying that long.
That's really.
But within the last year, there's been like some things popping up, which is like you may have some issues. So just recently, I kind of got some news that it could be a lot harder than I thought.
I hate that news because
then your mind is already setting up obstacles for yourself. I want you to start thinking really positive, putting out positive energy. Just you can get the thyroid, and I feel like it can all get rebalanced. I know you can do this. I want you to think optimistically, not pessimistically.
Okay.
And then I want you to name your baby after me, Rebel. Name your baby Rebel.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks so much, Chrissy. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. So really, Emily, really quick, what's the most interesting story you've ever gotten? Can you?
Oh my God, my most interesting story. I do get asked this question. I always say I need a better answer for it, because to me it's like everything's interesting. Nothing's weird. People are like, what's the weird story? Like nothing is like really weird to me. But I always just, what's interesting? How many couples have emailed me? How many people have emailed me and said that they've been with their partner for a long time? It could be 5, 10, 50. I've had up to 20 years, and they say they've never, ever talked to their partner about sex. Like they're emailing me, we haven't had sex in 2 years and this and that happened, but I really want to try something new. I'm like, well, have you talked to your partner? No. That people are together that long and they don't know how to talk. They're so fearful of bringing it up. And then, because the problem with sex in relationships is that for a lot of us, it's great at the beginning, and then eventually after a year and a half, 2 years, it might drop, fall down the wayside. You have kids, and then they're like, I don't know how to get my sex drive back. And so couples have they don't know how to talk about it. So it just amazes me that couples go so long, and just like trying anything new, it's going to be scary the first time. You're like, honey, let's talk about last night, and here's some fun things we could try, or like listen to my podcast together. But you'll be so grateful you did, because once you get that conversation going, you're just guaranteed to have have better sex and have a better life.
And why not make it more fun?
Make it fun. Make it like a game with your partner. Like you're like, I've got to have the talk. No, it's like a fun talk. Like this is fun homework. This is like we can talk about how to have more pleasure and more connection and more intimacy. How great is that?
And the thing is when people first start dating, it's not even an issue. They're like all over, like you know what I mean? And then after
it's gonna happen. It's biology. Like it happens over time. The honeymoon phase. It's a biochemical thing. I mean, we lose the serotonin, oxytocin, all those love and feel good chemicals that attach to someone. Eventually, it's going to go away. It will fade into it, and then you'll be more comfortable and you'll be connected. And you'll feel like you're in a relationship. But all that newness stuff is gone, and people don't know how to bridge that gap and still keep it interesting.
Well, what's really good is just energetically wise, a lot of that root and sacral, like, that's kind of in your lower back, your pelvis, your little organs, sexual organs there. So, sometimes jump starting them. Dancing is a really good one. But,
Kegel exercises are a good one.
That's a good one. But just kind of getting that little area down there to move may also kind of stir up the pot in the kitchen. All right. So we have another caller, John?
Great.
Oh, let's take a caller.
Fun.
Yeah. Hello, this is Colby.
805.
805.
Nope.
Well, no, it sounds like they lost. We lost 805. Call back. Call back. Do we have someone else on hold?
We'll just come back to them in just 1 second.
Okay, great. Sounds good. All right. So what we'll do is, I'm going to ask you actually another question.
Okay.
All right. So what I want to do is, what I want to know is, when you said we lose those like pheromones and chemicals,
the oxytocin, serotonin.
Is there any way to kind of get them back? Like,
you're never going to get back to that early stage, that connection is, because the thing is, the reason why we feel so attached to someone at the beginning is because it's new. There's a novelty to it. It's exciting. It's not predictable. We're learning each other. It's spontaneous. But then eventually we connect to someone and we get committed and we get, all those things that were exciting, spontaneity and newness, we get, it becomes rote. We live together. We know everything's planned out. And that, as a byproduct of being complete opposite of attraction, that settling in makes us no longer, makes us lose that attraction. So what do? You're not going to get back to the butterflies of the early stage. That exact same feeling. But what you can do is start to work on your relationship, focus on the sex early on. So yes, you're having great sex, but start to talk about it. Like, last night was really fun, and here's something great I heard on Emily's podcast, or I bought this book, or I saw this show, and you constantly are talking about things that you could do to keep it interesting, whether it's like just taking a vacation together, having vacation sex. I'm not saying you have to, buy crazy sex swing and swing it for the rafters, but you do have to keep it part of your dialogue, just like you're talking about everything else in your relationship, and you're planning for, the kids' school, or if you're going to live in the city or the country. We should also plan, what can we do to stay connected and stay intimate? Whether it's giving each other a back massage every week, and you're staying connected in that way. So
speaking of back massage, speaking of back massage, let's tell everyone about the candles. Just because, so Emily started this candle company with Tony?
Emily and Tony, but I have to tell you, we're not selling them anymore. I know, it's cool. You could talk about how great they are, but we're not. I know.
Oh, I love them.
I know.
Well, then they can try a massage candle
in
general.
Massage candles are amazing. There might still be a few left on the website, but they're so great because it's a little kinky, but it's not like you're putting wax on your partner. It burns into warm, luscious massage oil. A candle, like a regular aromatherapy, which you've used one, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. On myself, just
no, I use it as a body moisturizer.
I did. I take my bubble bath. I love my Mr. Bubbles bubble bath, and
again, that mindset of abundance around dating, and now that there's this lack, or all the good ones are taken, or no one's for me, because again, that's just going to perpetuate this negative message. It's more like, wow, this is fun. I'm single, I'm ready to meet someone, and I'm going to put that energy out there, how excited I am about it. I had a friend who recently, she was really down. She was dating online and doing all these things. She's like, I just hate it. I dread every date. And all of a sudden we talked about it. I'm like, but you want a relationship, and you actually want to even have kids. So why are you going on these dates? And why are you dreading every date? What if you go into it this could just be a nice new person I meet? Maybe they have a friend. And just switching your mindset towards it's a job in a bad way, rather than fun. You get to go on a date. And it really changed her perspective to be more open to just the date. And also, she was also, I've had another friend who was also, another thing, these just patterns to catch yourself in that might help you with dating, is that there are some people who are more, they're more easy to judge people. So someone says, I want to fix you up with an artist. And they're like, oh, my dad was an artist. I could never date her. Or, we set all these arbitrary,
the boxes.
We rule people out. We have these
I call
boxes.
them boxes.
Yeah. And we automatically strike people. I could never date them. And we're so judgmental, but we've never even met this person. So be a little bit more open about people and what you're willing to expect, because you don't know them, from meeting them once or from what you read on paper,
Yeah, and that's the other thing, too, is everybody is going to be Mr. So if you go online dating, it's don't say, oh, it's terrible, it's terrible. Of course, no, because if you're not going to do online and you're not going to go out and you're not going to do social groups, it's just you're creating such a box for yourself.
Right.
That you're making it impossible.
Exactly. And get rid of that stigma about online dating, because I just feel like that's already gone. It's like everybody, you hear all these stories, like 3 out of 5 couples met online.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not dating online and as one of your buckets of things that you're trying, then it's almost like saying, like, I've done everything to lose weight. Oh my God, I cut back on food and carbs ever, but I'm not going to exercise. It's like, oh, you really done everything? So it's it's that part of it. Like, you really do have to, like, just try it.
Because even if you kind of go online, but then you meet them in person, it's just putting that energy out to the universe.
Practice.
It's putting that intention out. So really quick, though, I want to know where people can find the book Hot Sex.
Oh, okay, Hot Sex, over 200 things you can try. It is another fun book. I wrote it like 4 years ago, and the great thing about it, you can find it at sexwithemily.com or on Amazon.
Okay.
And the best thing is that it's pictured. We actually took pictures of people of having sex. But but it's not that we illustrated it.
Okay.
So it's a very easy to look at book, and there really are 200 things. You don't have to try them all in a night, but it's fun because couples use it, and they just, or if you're dating, and you just put it on your nightstand, and you open to one, and you're like, we'll try that tonight. And it's not like crazy sex positions that you can't. That's it. It's not positions that are so hard, but it's really just little tiny things that you could do that would bump up your sex life that night, or to have some fun with your partner, some teasing, some playing, some role playing, some add some new positions, anything, dirty talk. You're like, okay, let's go. We're in it. There's the book. Emily said so in the book. So it's a great tool.
And it is, and it's a great gift if someone wants to get it for their partner.
Yeah, it is a fun gift.
How sexy is it for a girl to get it for a guy?
Such a
guy to get it for a girl, anyone, a partner to get it for a partner. I mean, it just seems that would be fun.
Gift.
It is a sexy gift.
Yeah, and it is a beautiful, it's the illustrations and everything. So
it's actually even a gift you can honestly give
it to yourself.
Give it, or give it to a friend. Like, I think I wouldn't mind getting it. Like,
have I ever given you a copy?
No.
You know why? Because it came up before I met you, and I used to always walk around, but it still does very well. I will get you a copy.
I want it autographed though. Okay. Can I have it autographed?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, so you have the podcast coming up. Again, tell people where they can find
Sex with Emily. We do a lot of great shows, but everything we just we had the women from Submission on, which is like the new 50 Shades of Grey show on Showtime. Yeah, we just recorded that. We just did a show. It was Masturbation Month. We did a lot of shows with sex positions. It's all Sex with Emily on iTunes, or just go to sexwithemily.com. There's a subscribe button. We have hundreds of posts we put up every week. I've been doing it for 10 years, so literally if you have any sex or relationship question, I've probably answered on the site.
And actually, I think if they subscribe, don't they get a free little something?
You get a free 5 biggest mistakes you're making in bed.
Actually, what I loved about it is it's for male or female. Yeah. I love that. I thought,
exactly.
How clever is that?
Right, that's for our mailing list too. But and you can subscribe to our mailing list and the podcast and
do it all together.
Fun stuff. We do videos, however you learn. I like to give people enough. They're like, I just like to read, or I want to listen, because podcasts sometimes you don't have the time. So videos, we do it all.
But the podcast is great because someone can listen to it on the way home from work, in the car, go for a workout and listen to it. I think those are fantastic.
I know. I love podcasts.
Yeah, those are really, really good. And what do you see for where do you see the future of Sex with Emily?
Oh, the future of Sex with Emily. I mean, I honestly think that it's been doing. I love that it's just reaching with podcasting. I have listeners all over the world, and I love that just every year it's just growing and growing. And I think the future is, I would just love more people to be listening and to be having better sex. I'd love to be teaching more courses around the country, around the world, which I started doing a little bit of, and just educating people. And I've I'll be starting to offer different courses on my site that people could take to 30 days to better sex. Yeah. So I just love what I do, and I want to keep being able to do it. I could totally
see you doing a talk show.
Yeah.
I would love to see you doing
I'm working on doing a talk show.
Okay.
I do little things going on there. Another book. I love my Kegel. My iPhone app is Kegel Camp, and Kegel exercises are so important for women. So I'm a hugely passionate on pelvic floor health, and for men too. But women we don't get a lot of information about here. I feel like in France, if you have a baby, for example, postnatal care, it's you have to do your Kegels. And here it's women they don't understand what's going on down there. So that can help them. And Sex with Emily is just, I love that it's just growing and hearing from people, and that I'm able to now do more shows and also help people, advise people through the podcast or online, through Twitter, Instagram, all the places that I do it, that there's information there for people. So I'm just going to keep doing that. Keep doing what I love.
If anyone is looking for Emily, remember it's at Sex with Emily on Twitter and Instagram. Her Snapchat is Sex
I'm
with
loving
Emily.
Snapchat. It's so fun.
Facebook is facebook.com/Sex with Emily.
Yep.
And, you know, obviously we've talked about it, but please subscribe to her
Thanks,
iTunes
Colby.
podcast, Sex with Emily. It has just been such an honor and pleasure to have you on today.
Thank you for having me. Congratulations on your show.
Thank you. Can't wait to get the book autographed.
Done.
And just want to thank everyone for tuning in, for calling in, for supporting. It's awesome, a lot of fun. And good night, everybody.
Sometimes I feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even risky.